Fellow Wolvians, what's going on, guys? All right, so this won't be necessarily a long video, but it's just I got some questions about why put a glossary or a definition section on the bottom. Okay, now with most of my stuff, those people who've already bought and you guys know, I usually put like a little definition box or a glossary, whatever you want to call it, at the bottom of the page. But why? Why is it so important? When dealing with these judges and lawyers and police officers and people of the state, you have to understand. And I know one of my friends, was just like, "Oh, that's just semantics," but obviously they're not properly educated. Okay, each word has multiple meanings. Almost every word has a different meanings. Different. I mean, you knew that when you look up a word in a dictionary, right? Well, they have their versions of these words. Okay, so that's why I tell people get Black Law's Dictionary, which I believe is online, and I'm going to look that up and bring that to you guys. Because people are always asking, what's the latest edition? Which one should I get? I always get the newest one, but I think the online is always kept up to date. So I think you can get it free, but I'm not sure. I'll check out that in the next video. Each word has its own meaning. Okay, for instance, like the word drive, okay, has multiple meanings. The word, what else do they use? Tickets, summonses, all these things have multiple meanings in that you don't know. Okay, for instance, the United States. The United States has 5 or 6 different meanings. And so when people are like, "Oh, well, you mean the United States?" Well, which United States are you referring to? Are you talking about the landmass? Are you talking about the nation? Are you talking about... It's not all the same thing. Okay? So when they're trying to put you in their jurisdiction, they're going to use these words and stuff like that against you. Okay, so why is it important? So this is for you people out there who make up your own files or understanding mine. This is what you need to do. At the bottom of your page, somewhere in there, all the key words that you use, you need to put your understanding of that word. Okay, so if you use the United States, put in there, okay, at the bottom of the page, star it or box it or however you want to do it. I'm referring to the physical land mass of the United States, or I'm referring to driver in the commercial sense, because otherwise they can play a game with you. And what is that game? That game is called, I'm not sure which definition this person's referring to. Okay? So if you don't define it, they can define it. But here's the flip. Okay? So when they try to go after you for something and they're like, "Well, yes, at the time, were you in the state of, Maryland?" Please define state. Under which state are you referring to? What? There's a physical state. There's the state of. I could have been is it a mental state? Was I in a mental state of being in Maine? Okay. Maryland. What's your definition of Maryland? Okay, the physical. You can trip them up just like they can trip you up. Okay? Because you don't know how they're utilizing that. They could be saying, "Well, were you in the physical Maryland? Or were you in an area that Maryland might happen to have jurisdiction over? Which one of those were you in?" Okay. Were you in the United States at the time of this? No, I was in the state of Illinois at the time. I was not in the United States. And it might seem weird, but that's a jurisdictional thing because all the states are their own jurisdiction. The United States is an invisible jurisdiction that applies if you allow it to apply to you. As you're walking around as a U.S. citizen, you are in the United States walking around because you're in that. But as a U.S. national, okay, you might say, "Well, I wasn't in the United States." But which United States are you talking about? You're talking about the physical, actual land? Because the physical United States is actually Washington, D.C. Look it up. We talked about it in another video. Okay? So it might seem petty, it might seem like you're playing a game, but they've been convicting people on these things, and you can get off on these technicalities, okay? But you have to know what you're talking about. So look up these words. Use these definitions. Put these keywords as definitions on the bottom of your files, so that way they can't use it against you. But if they provide you with something, look up the word ticket. Okay, look up the word summons, look up the word drive, look up the word travel in Black Law's dictionary, look at all the definitions of them, and see which one applies. And if they're just trying to say, well, you were driving at the time, well, driving says that this is actually commercial. The word drive is listed as being a commercial activity for profit. I was not making time, or I was not making money on that particular day in my personal conveyance. So no, I wasn't driving at the time. I was not committing a commercial transaction or activity. Look it up. This is real stuff. This is real law. They use Black Law's dictionary, and for those people who don't believe it, instead of trying to send me an email saying, oh, well, this and that, I'm going to go on YouTube and I'm going to type this guy, you're wrong for the word drive in commercial. Look it up, okay? Don't send me emails. I just delete them anyway. The comments, I just delete them. I barely even look at them. As soon as it even sounds negative, delete. I don't have time for that. So if you want to waste your time, go for it. But for those intelligent people out there, look it up, read it. Black Law's Dictionary, drive, commercial activity, for profit. There's multiple meanings of this. Which one are they referring to when they're talking to you about your activity? If the ticket says you were driving, say, no, I wasn't making any profit. I wasn't driving commercially at that point in time. I wasn't doing that. I don't have an Uber. I don't work for Uber or Uber Eats or any of that stuff. So I wasn't driving. Yeah, they may not like it, but you have to use their stuff against them. They're going to throw everything they can at you, so you should throw everything back at them. So apparently the doorbell just rang. So that's about it, guys. I will talk to you later. More videos to come.